we're going to be analyzing videos and pictures that claim to have paranormal activity.
I thought that was very interesting when that smoke is hanging in the air like that.
Do we have someone with us who is telling us what that is? Not that who is speaking is actually the one in that video.
Coming from right here, one central area from within the house.
All right, so we're going to take a look at video number 1 here, and this is from YouTube account at TC Bollinger. And this is from October 2009, Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, videotaping at dawn showing strange human forms upon review. And this is about a half a mile from Triangular Field. Okay.
So I'm going to play it full screen the first time. So this video is about 3 minutes long. So get comfortable, folks. Okay.
Welcome to the Quick Start Guide for setting up your first ad campaign with TikTok Ads Manager. If you haven't created...
Okay, so the downfall to sharing your screen.
And just as a reminder to everybody, myth is if you don't believe it, mystery if you think it's actually paranormal. So just keep that in mind.
Okay, so hold on, let's talk about this for a sec. First off, is there a path there where people were walking? Like I saw what?
Go ahead.
There's such a delay, sorry.
Yeah. No, I think it's just a field. When I looked at satellite, it looks like just an open field. I didn't see any kind of walking paths or anything.
Okay, because if that's the case, then I saw all kinds of stuff. I mean, it was crazy. So, okay, Greg, you go.
So my thought is that, I mean, it was great that the video had allowed us to watch basically the time that they came from Triangular Field to the spot, because it took forever for them to get there. But also, I feel like we were also very blessed that they were perfectly centered in the frame of the video, and that to me it looked like that there is that it's the same movement over and over again. So the thing is about Gettysburg is, I don't doubt for a second you're getting a lot of stuff, because that's Gettysburg. That is just what Gettysburg is. But when it comes to this this video, which I think that, you know, why would they give us so much lead time before the apparitions start showing up? And I think that that's simply because they want us to believe that this is real. And I'm going to say that this is a myth.
Are you really?
I am, absolutely.
Interesting. What did your Ovilus or the Ovilus is still wanting us to go swimming, screw, or talk. Okay.
Yep. It's a very the Ovilus is feeling very blue tonight. So yeah.
It's very specific.
Very ribald humor.
Okay, so what? Okay, pull out your pull out your.
Careful. As I move the screen down when you say that. Wow.
I mean, the whole thing is just wrong.
Yeah, there's a lot of wrongdoing going on here tonight.
Gosh. Okay. See, there shouldn't be multitasking. Hold on. Before you start swinging your thing, let me see.
It's out of control. It has a mind of its own, you know.
Getty's. Okay. Getty's known for apparitions. Denise is asking if there's cat balls. There's no cat balls. It seems like a loop. Okay. Denise is laughing at the cat balls. I'm just getting us caught up here on the comments. John is saying myth. Interesting. But how cute are John's dogs? Oh my God. Let's just talk about John's dogs for a minute. Mandy's just said, and so was I. Okay. Okay. I think we've moved we're on to a hot topic with cat balls and Stacy. So I'm going to turn that off. So let's get serious. Let's play this again. And so which way is yes on your pendulum?
It's going to be a circular motion. Can you show me yes, please?
Oh, look at that. You're so good with that thing. Okay, so is this real? Or did I really see what I think I saw?
Nope.
Well, you know what's so crazy about that is I rarely see. Like I'm a seer when I'm doing readings, if that makes sense. But like I I have trouble, like I don't see spirits walking around my house. Like if there's a spirit in my house, I'll feel it first. I won't see it. And so that's why when I was watching this video, I was like, I'm seeing all kinds of stuff. Like there's got to be a trail back there, and I'm seeing like the shadows of people walking or something. But anyway, that's just me, my visual. Is it playing for us down here? Let me see.
Who knows? It took him 25 minutes to get on screen, so you know.
Seriously. I here's the thing. I have. What is it that you guys are okay? So what am I seeing then? Here, listen, I'm going to step out of the psychic world just for a second because I'm seeing stuff like visually in the camera. So what am I seeing then? Like, is this where we call in Ryan?
I think so.
Okay, should I pull my video down, Ryan?
Yeah, why don't you pull yours down? I'll start sharing mine.
Okay, let me stop. Okay, go ahead. And then I'll talk about energy. Carlo's asking me when I'm calling
coming
it.
up here.
I don't know yet. Not sure yet, Harlow.
Is your video also coming from Triangular Field, Brian? Or okay, there we go.
Can you see it?
Okay.
No.
Yeah. I mean, this will be one of the few times I'm going to ask Ryan, like, well, you tell me first what I'm seeing, and then I'll tell you what I'm feeling.
So what I am noticing along the tree lines, there's at about the same height. There's flashes of light. There's just one over in here. There'll be another one over in here. And then over by this tree, oops, sorry. We have something going on there right now.
Yeah, that thing.
You can, but like you're saying, Maryam, yeah, it's almost like it starts crawling and then it stands up. So I don't, oh, sorry. Nothing's working for me right today.
Mercury retrograde.
And then along the tree line there, they keep on popping up.
There, do you see that? Do you see those?
Like you said, it looks like they're walking along a path or something.
I mean, that is clear.
Oh yeah, no, I saw it the whole time. Yeah, absolutely.
What is it?
I don't think it's spirit.
I don't feel anything. I don't feel anything.
I think it's hoax.
Oh, sorry. I think, I mean, without wasting a whole lot more time on this, I think there's plenty there to tell that this is a hoax. It's almost a loop. You see the same figures coming out throughout the tree lines, the same figures behind the trees. You know, there's not a whole lot there that I would call a mystery. I think that's 100% myth.
Yeah, I don't feel anything. So, and then here Denise said, wait, was it Denise that said it's a loop? Someone said it's a loop in here. Anyway, someone said, yeah, that's what I saw that. And then I was like, oh, it seems like a loop here.
Yeah.
I was okay. So it's a myth for me because I didn't feel anything. Even when I watched this video the other day, I saw just the thing behind the tree. I didn't see the figures. And I was like, I don't feel anything, but I see it, but I don't feel anything. And then just now when we played it the first time, I saw the people walking. And that's why I was like, that's way too clear. And I'm like, but I still don't feel anything. Yeah. So I'm sticking with myth also. Like, I don't feel anything. In case I didn't mention it, I didn't feel anything.
Hey, Maryam.
Hey, yeah.
Did you feel anything?
and neither did your pendulum when you started swinging your pendulum. Nothing. I shouldn't disrespect the pendulum by making weird, nasty jokes about it, but the pendulum was right. How I don't was anyone else like I'm always impressed with the pendulum. Like I literally said, is what I'm seeing real? And it was like, no. And the last time we played with your pendulum, I heard it. It said it was super clear and responded really clearly. And we were like, is this blah, blah, blah? It was yes. And that's when, but Ryan voted against us, but the pendulum was on our side.
Yeah, I don't trust that, Ryan. I never have. All right. So, all right. So that's awesome. That's cool. So we're all in agreement this time.
Myth, 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 myth. All right.
All right. Here we go. It's you know what that means though. Then right? It
what?
Means well, where are we here? Because I don't know what it means. Okay, what that means is it's. All right, it's trivia time, folks. We have 5 seconds to answer the hardest trivia question you have ever heard in your life. I've scoured libraries and I dug through archives to come up with this. And
I don't buy that, but okay.
I hope you're ready. Who sang the theme song for 1984's Ghostbusters? You have 5 seconds.
Well,
someone responded myth. I mean, that's well, it's not quite right, Lisa. I mean, okay, you Rat Parker Jr. Well, yeah, kind of.
Is that true?
It's Ray. It's Ray Parker Jr. Oh, that's funny. Rat Parker Jr. Is the correct answer.
That is funny. Right? Oh, that is funny. Okay, let's show our winner what they'll be getting.
Let's do it. Did we both hit it at the same time? All right, here we go. Here we go.
You go.
We're not working the buttons well tonight, are we? We're not in sync.
No, you know what, Greg? I will say it in front of God and all of the people. I need to keep my hands to myself.
Yeah, well, I mean, luckily the audience isn't they don't have an opinion. So anyway, because we screwed around so much, we want to show that video one more time in case you didn't understand what you won. All right, here we go. Now I'm gonna press that button. Okay, here we go. All right, that's pretty cool. It's cool stuff. So you will get that.
Just to be clear.
What's that?
She wins the mug.
Right, she wins the mug, and she will receive that sometime in the next 10 years. So, we'll get it.
Well, remember the last show we told John he could get a used mug. We'll pull it out of the dishwasher.
John gets nothing, and he's going to like it. All right. So, shall we move along to number 2 here? Let's bring on Skeleton Crew and say hello to everybody. Where are you folks? Here you are. How are you all doing tonight?
Hi, Maryam.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
And Greg and Ryan. How are you all doing? Yeah.
We're doing great.
Hi. And Ovilus. Don't forget to say hi to Ovilus.
Hey, Ovilus.
I see they got our acronym up there.
They do.
What's up?
That's our motto right there.
S-Crew, baby.
That's
S-Crew.
right. We're going to do some
Swim Crew boys.
S-Crew.
S-Crew.
S-Crew. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Well, here's something to think about. Honestly, Why can't we don't have to pretend that's jokey. That could be very well be a
Exactly.
obvious response. Absolutely.
We know that.
How about we do this real fast? Let's take the show even
I don't-
more on
yeah,
schedule.
No, I don't want to see the elephant. I'm gonna no. Oh, there we go. Oh, I thought he was doing something else.
Oh, look at
Is the S crew? Is this the meaning for S crew? Yes or no, please. You lose. It's no. All right. Well, we tried.
all right.
Yeah, all
We
right.
tried. We tried.
It's because
Okay.
expecting it.
Let's see here. Let's talk. Let's try to get you all back on track here. All right. So the Skeleton Crew's 2016 investigation of McConaughey. Is that how you pronounce it?
The McConaughey.
McConaughey.
Yeah, McConaughey Mansion.
Of the McConaughey Mansion in Haywood, California. The video was taken in the doorway of John McConaughey's bedroom.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at that.
Okay, hang on one sec. Sorry, my husband just came home super early and I panicked for a second thinking I had a burglar here with the key. Don't ask, I don't know. So hold on. Okay, so here's what I did. We're going to play the video, but then I also did a slow motion version of the video, okay?
Okay.
And then we decided, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, we're going to have Skeleton Crew discuss what they experienced after we all analyze. Yeah. Okay. So
That's
Skeleton
correct.
Crew, anything away.
All
Okay.
right.
Okay. How do I want to do this? Here's the first version.
Oh, that's not McConaughey.
No.
Whoa. That's not at McConaughey. Whoa.
So I'm going to play it again
No,
in
wait a
slow
minute.
motion. Yeah.
Hold on. That is not McConaughey Mansion. This was from a residential case.
Okay. I'm sorry. We messed. So give us a little bit of lead in for what this one was.
It was a family that reached out. They were felt like they had a presence in the home, obviously, and so it was a very productive investigation. But in the hallway there, it was one of our main focuses because bedrooms are attached, and this is where they would hear and feel things. So there's a lot to that case. I don't know how much you want me to say.
No, that's good.
That's it.
Okay.
So what I'm doing right now is I'm pulling up photos that Jen, you sent me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm pulling up photos of that location just so I can get a better read on it. Just so you guys all know. So now I'm going to play it in slow motion. Again, like you guys all heard me say, like I'm not usually good at seeing things, like literally physically seeing stuff. And I actually did see this, and I got a very clear energy from it also. So I'm going to play it again.
Ooh.
I know I should have muted it.
No, it's okay. You can see something pass right in front of that. Right
Oh,
there.
yeah. Oh,
Right
yeah.
there. Right there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love that.
Whoa, that's Jennifer.
Hey.
Whoa. She
Okay.
saw it when it was happening, right? Whoa.
Okay, so I'm gonna pull up the let's do the pendulum. I'm pulling up the photos. So this is like, I'm just sharing with you guys my experience. And even though I've been doing this for 25 years, I'm just, okay, so I'm going to share something. A teacher told me a long time ago, they said, you should never stop being amazed. You never want to be surprised by this, because the moment you're surprised by the work, you're no longer really present with the work. But you should always be amazed by it. It should always blow you away. It should always be like, oh my gosh. Because every time you have a moment like that, that moment is literally out of this world. So I say that because I love doing this. Is really fun because I can even compare my work when I look at that first video we played. And if you notice, like, I'm kind of even talking myself through it, where I'm like, I don't feel anything. That's weird. Like, I don't feel anything. And then when I watch this video, I do feel things. I felt a masculine presence. I felt a very like sturdy, grounded, like someone almost checking on things in the home, like fixing a furnace or something, or fixing a heater, like some sort of man that took really good care of the house. I don't know that he necessarily, a part of me almost says he didn't live there, but he took care of the house. He was there a lot and loved the home. There was just such a warmth with his presence, and not meaning or wanting to scare anyone, but so connected to the home and so connected to those grounds that he purposely made himself clear so you could have that experience. And I just was really blown away by this. And where's the pendulum going, Greg?
It's going between yes and no. Some of the stuff that you're saying, it kind of stopped its circle, but it's been, when some of the stuff you've been saying, like handyman, caretaker, it started to kind of pick up in yes.
Let me know when we can give you more info.
Well, let's have Debbie Downer go, and then let's see.
Hey, Debbie.
Hey, Downer. Ryan, my soulmate, my skeptic.
All right.
Hey,
give me 1 second. I just lost my green screen here, so give me 1 second, and I will
sorry,
do
I'll
it
bring
again.
us all back so we're not all staring at you. Sorry, I went to put him on the screen, and then everything froze. We are just being challenged tonight.
Well, because he can't debunk this.
I don't know.
Well, can I get some clarification of what we're looking at here? Was there something that you all thought that moved when the camera was moving downward? That there was something, a figure or something?
Moving.
Okay. So what happened was.
What do you think happened? Yeah.
What you're seeing is me holding the camera.
Yeah.
I literally did a lateral step out from a bedroom when the motion sensor went off, and I went out like this. Then that came and it went right in the bedroom that I'm halfway out of.
If you can explain what that is, I'll give you $100. I'll have $100 to write you a check.
I explained what it was. I want $100.
No, I know you do. No, not you, Maryam. But if he's going to debunk it, I'll give him a $100 check that I can't cash. But
he can't cash.
He can't cash.
Oh my gosh, you guys are really attached to your evidence, aren't you?
Okay,
yes.
So,
is it possible to see it not slow down?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Ryan, you're going to pull it up, right?
He's going to pull it up and talk about it, and then
I'll pull it up here.
Information.
Okay. Well, I asked because my computer just gets overworked when I have all these videos down here. But wait, so for Harlow, I'm for sure mystery. Greg, what are you?
I would like to see it at regular speed again.
Okay,
I can play it for you right here, Greg.
You can see it at regular speed.
Ryan's got it. He's going.
There you go. You see something walk right in front of that, there it goes.
So I literally step out of the room and turn. And that's what
It
happened.
goes right in front of that.
You want to see it one more time, Greg?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Ryan, you're up.
All right. So what I did is I took a couple of
Ryan.
screenshots. Unfortunately, my other computer just died on me, so I'm not going to be able to mark it up like I normally can. But right here in this one, you can see in the middle of that doorway, there's that line coming out. That's from our
Yeah.
laser grid that's laying on the table.
Mhm.
And you can kind of see in between that line and the laser, there's like a mist or something in there.
Yes.
And if we go to the next one, you can still see that line even brighter, but now that mist is
Yeah.
starting to form.
Yeah.
I know lasers and cameras never work very well. Whenever possible, we
Right.
should always try to be behind them.
Yes.
This one's got me stumped a little bit. When I first saw it, I thought for sure this is definitely just a reflection of the camera lens. Could be a smudge on the camera. But when I look at these two, between these two, there's nothing there. And then all of a sudden, there's something starting to form there. And when the camera moves, I'll play it again here. Some of the movement is attributed to the camera going up and down a little bit and being reflected off the lens.
Yeah.
But I can't necessarily explain that fog that's in between these two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go to the
For
next
me,
frame. Go to the next frame from this one. This one
I
here.
only took these couple of screenshots for it.
Well, yeah, well, okay, you're done.
Oh, he's with us.
At least you're not taking it personally.
That's what I'm saying is you go beyond this frame and it's moving. It's definitely moving. It's not Jen and her camera. It's not whatever's going on in the background. There's something moving in front of that.
And that's where it
that
starts.
light, you know.
See,
Right
that's
there,
what we
yep. This is where something does start moving.
Yes.
The only thing that's got me questioning it is the lasers on the camera lens. Any fingerprint, any kind of dust or speck on the lens will cause that distortion like that. My vote on this is unknown. I can't necessarily say that it's for sure a myth, and I can't necessarily say that it's for sure a mystery.
Okay. And we'll fill you in on more info when you're ready. I mean, we get that.
I just put up the second poll for you guys to go vote. If you're on Facebook, jump over to YouTube. I know this says photo, but it's a video, so you can go to YouTube now and vote.
Did we have anything on the first video? Because I don't think we ever put anything up for the first video as far as the poll.
Harlow's been freezing, and so she hasn't been able to. But on the first video, we were at 67% mystery. And so I just put up for this one, so go vote. So Greg, did we get your vote on this?
No, you didn't, and I'm not going to be very popular here. To me, it's a myth. I'm sorry. And only reason why I say so is because to me, it feels like that mist that you're seeing, Ryan. To me, that's artifacting. I feel like that's what that is, and I feel like that the light moving, and I feel horrible saying that because trust me, as an investigator, when there's something that I'm just like I believe this, and to have some moron come by and say, well, this is why it's not real. It's tough. So I please no, I don't say that lightly. But to me, it's a myth.
Total respect to you for your opinion. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Maryam's done with hers, then I'll share.
Thank you. I want to Let me write this down for Harlow in case she's able to get back up. So video number 2, Ryan is unknown. Maryam is mystery. Greg is myth.
I'm a myth.
And then we'll let me see if the polling, if anyone was able to jump on the video number 2, mystery, 66%, myth, 33%, unknown, 0%. So that's where we're at so far. Okay, so girls, give us some info.
All right. So on this particular case, the gentleman, the husband, they had 2 kids, adults, and the parents, and the husband was ill. And, they were hearing things going on. They had a giant piece of furniture in their room, which they thought they brought it in from that piece of furniture. Okay. And yes, they were feeling a male presence, but here's the other part of that. He was sleeping. That's okay. He was sleeping in a separate room. I gave you pictures of all the bedrooms, and there's one bedroom that was his, and he slept separately because of his illness. And while we were investigating, we caught one particular EVP in response to a question we asked, which came over a camera that sat static, through the whole time. And it was a giant no. And when we played that for him, he said, "That's my voice." So here's my personal belief. I believe because he's worried about his passing and taking care of his family. And I believe that is his strong energy that is coming through and taking care of the family. That's what I think. And when we look at the hallway case, we had the motion detector there. So that's where what looks like a misty, because we saw that the same. We're like, check it out. It comes around the corner, comes straight up here and goes into the room. And at that exact moment, an investigator's in the room with the daughter, and they're talking about the energy that they feel at that exact moment. And you can hear it on there. So I think that, his, I don't know what you would call it, his higher self or his stronger self, his used to be, is still in the home. And when he passes, he'll remain there. And he currently, and I think that's him.
So I'm sorry, you guys, I missed the first part of your story, Jen, of who is him that you think it is?
I think it's the husband. I think that's his energy. Who is still alive, lives in a separate room, can barely walk. And I think this is his protective energy that is, however it works, I don't know, watching his family because he can't.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
He can't. And he's has an illness that's going to take him away. And they decided for a paranormal investigation. It was like right after New Year's or Christmas or something. And then when he heard his own voice talking through my camera, which was the only thing that camera caught, and it was loud, and he said, "That was me." And that's what I think. I think his energy is there, and as he dwindles away, his strength is there for the family.
And the person I described, does that fit him?
Yeah, that's why I was like, let me know when I can talk. It was going to come out. That's exactly why I didn't want to say anything first. I wanted you to talk because I wanted to know if you got that. And you got all of those emotions that they were feeling, that we felt while we were there. And the family is a wonderful family. They loved us so much. They were so appreciative of everything. And so it was a wonderful investigation. And opinions, hey, whatever. Everybody's entitled. It doesn't bother us at all. That's just what we think happened there. Or is
That's
happening.
Incredible. That is such an incredible story. And Jennifer, that is so intuitive of you, so perceptive, because that is an incredible connection that you made. Like that's deep, because when we're talking about psychic ability and or energy or spirit, everyone immediately goes to death, right? Someone has to be out of body to have that experience. Like, this can't be someone in body. And the fact that you were able to connect that that person is still in body, and then I was picking up on the person that's still in body, is just incredible.
Yeah,
I think
because
that's incredible.
Thank you very much. And you know, they're such a great family, and you know, he went from being a big guy to and a crippled, unable to barely, you know, use a cane and whatnot. You know, so yeah, he has so much. All of that's still there, and he's pushing it to them. And you know, they were fascinated with our theory. I mean, you know, they accepted it, they loved it. We had like 56 pieces of evidence that we gave them. You know, it was awesome. It was awesome.
That's so neat. Wow, what a great story. Beautiful.
Would you try again?
Sorry, Siri's talking to you.
That's okay. Hi, Siri. I'm not liking our Ovilus friend tonight.
Well,
I'm starting to get offended by just the same. Like,
Right?
say something already, bro.
Don't ever let the paranormal equipment bring you down. Don't be offended by the paranormal equipment. They're not doing it purposely.
Oh my gosh!
We
All right.
are the best pieces, right? We are the best pieces. They're just there to help us a little bit.
They are.
Yeah.
Well, Greg, did you use your Ovilus at all?
You mean my pendulum?
Yep.
This is the other part of the game. Try to guess what Maryam's actually saying. It's actually more challenging than the video portion, but
she admits she doesn't know the equipment.
True. It's so true. Oh wait, we saw Harlow pop up. Hold on. Look at this. Look at this. I love our scoreboard. Harlow did such a good job on it. Let's just all bask in it for a minute.
Yes.
Okay. So
I love to bask.
Yes.
So we all need to come to a conclusion here on video number 2. Let me see what YouTube is saying about it. Video number 2 is still 66% mystery, 33% myth. So mystery wins. As of right now, mystery is winning and will be the tiebreaker for video number 2. So nice work, everybody. Nice work in the polls. Nice job, Skeleton Crew. Thank you so much for always supporting and participating.
Absolutely.
We love you.
We like this. This is an awesome show, you guys. This is awesome.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for everything.
You guys,
thank you guys. We love the show. Anytime.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you guys. Bye.
Okay. So now
Greg just kicked them out. They were just like, whoop. Hey,
no, there's no Minnesota goodbyes here. Okay, we're moving the thing along. Minnesota goodbye is about a 40-minute. We're at the door. We're saying goodbye. We're putting on the coats. We're taking off the coats. We're speaking in a Fargo accent, don't you know? So, so let's move on to the best part of the show, trivia. All right, I went to the Vatican to find this question because we really need to challenge our viewers on this. And the question is, who is the pioneering? And we have 5-second stance. Remember, folks, who is the pioneering paranormal investigator that was the focus of a TV show that starred Dave Schrader, Shane Pittman, and Cindy Kaza? Go. Nobody? There we go.
Oh, we didn't do our countdown.
No, but we were able to count 5 seconds. I was able to count 5 seconds in my head. If it was a 6-second countdown, I wouldn't be able to do it. Kyle has the answer. Hans Holzer. So you know what that means. Another another great merch video coming up right now.
Sorry, I'm creating the.
What were you saying?
Poor Harlow was frozen, so I'm creating the next poll for us.
Oh.
Okay, but go ahead, keep rolling.
We're rolling over here. So Kyle, you won a mug, and you know, it's not meant to be drank out of. It's meant to be admired and loved and treasured. So just know that, okay? Plus, there's a big hole at the bottom of it, so don't fill it with any liquids. Let's see here. It's a good cup. I mean, I guess. I mean, that's what Maryam told me. I haven't actually seen one myself. So, so are we ready to move on to this time? It's an image.
Yep, this is an image. I will share it here.
And then Harlow doesn't look like she's connected. She was going to give us some backstory, right?
Yeah, she was. She must have just got kicked out. So let's before we play it, let's see if we can get her back in.
So it's crazy.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's crazy, all the technical stuff. I mean, it's like when we weren't doing it live, it worked perfectly.
Isn't that bizarre?
Yeah. When it was working perfect for me earlier today, I tested everything out, no issues at all, and then I sit down 10 minutes before the show starts, and we got nothing but issues.
Does anyone know, is Mercury really retrograde?
It's not yet. It's about it's a few days away, I think. I
think that's the best it's gonna get.
Because I just got kicked out of YouTube.
Yeah, I had to just completely give up on YouTube. It was just I went to download the scoreboard and I got a black screen for about 10 minutes.
Oh, that is so weird.
Yeah.
Well, do you want me to share it and we can just talk about it?
Yes. Yeah, yes, but let's but maybe don't give away. So we have already discussed as a team, we've already discussed this image. But I still want you guys to go vote. I still want your opinions. Thank you, Greg, for taking over the comments while I was doing that. So I still want you guys to go vote on, it's an image, it's not a video. I'm sorry, I messed up the banners. Shame on me. But I want you guys to go vote. I want to hear what you think first. While we're in discussion, and then again, we don't typically talk prior about any of these videos ahead of time. We see them day of. I will sometimes see them prior because I might want, like we did for Skeleton Crew, I need some more photos to get a better read on it, but Greg doesn't see it prior. Ryan does. Ryan is the one that seeks them out. So he does see them, obviously. But this one was an interesting, it was just an interesting conversation piece. And Harlow actually came across this one first and has an interesting story. So ready when you are, Harlow.
Okay, well, I was looking for videos and photos to use for the show, probably for about 2 weeks. And I would do it for an hour or so each day. And what I discovered was there was really polar opposites as to what I was seeing, not only in the paranormal groups, but on all the social media platforms. There was either a ton of videos with really normal, common stuff that people want to believe is something, pareidolia, dust orbs, lens flare, and all that. And in the extreme opposite, I was starting to see an alarming number of blatant fakes, which really was surprising to me. And before, we always had to deal with Photoshop and maybe some CGI clips here and there. Now we have ghost apps and we have AI. So I happened upon this picture and I'm looking at it on my phone, which is kind of small, but I wanted to give it a fair shot, even though I didn't think there was anything there. So I started zooming in on all the areas. And as I zoomed in to the left on the shadowy area, I thought I saw something. I actually got chills because I started seeing what looked like cloth draped down. And so I texted Maryam and was pretty excited about it, and she was excited. And it occurred to me, okay, maybe I better lighten this and see what's really there. And then it became really obvious it was a fake. It was this cutout girl holding a doll, which really bummed me out. But then she brought up a couple of really good points, which led me to wonder what I had actually experienced, because I'd had genuine chills when I looked at it. So was it caused by the fact that I had been looking for videos for so long and looked through all this crap, and it happened to, in that fraction of a moment, to think I had stumbled upon something genuine? Or did I actually pick up on some kind of energy in that location?
Yep. And you know, this is important because, you know, Harlow is very much Harlow has had paranormal experiences her whole life, like serious, obvious physical experiences that she wrote a book on it, FYI, which you should read. And but in the same breath, she's also very skeptical and very good at noticing when something's real and when it isn't. But on top of that, she's very intuitive, and she's someone that I trust implicitly. If she tells me she feels something, then I trust that. And so we got into this conversation because she was like, everything she just said, she said, wait a minute, I'm confused. It's a fake, but I felt something. And so what does that mean? And that's when I said, listen, we don't ever want to diminish or not trust our intuition. So you were feeling something. Was what you know, you were feeling coming from this location? Was what you were feeling coming from the person that created the photo and then created, you know, with the purpose of creating a fake? It came from somewhere, is my point. And so I think it's really important that we acknowledge that. But yeah, thank you, Harlow, for finding that and sharing that. And then we're going to talk a little bit more about that. 100.
Yeah. So this is the.
Sorry, go ahead.
This is the photo that I got from Harlow, and then if we zoom in on that left side, this is what we get. And then I did a little bit of searching here. This is without the brightness. You can see how she kind of fades away. She's not so obvious there. But I know that I've seen that exact cutout before. I've seen different fakes and things like that. So I did some searching, and there's this one called Capture. Basically, it's got these stock photos. You put it into a picture, and I found this one from a screenshot. Does that look familiar at all?
Yep. Exactly.
Yep. So this is a known fake. You know, as we're going through and looking at things, and even investigators out there, as they're looking at pictures, apps, even if you're using apps to investigate, be aware that these things are out there and that they exist. Do some digging into it. Make sure that before you show it to somebody or before you claim that this is 100% real, that you know what you're dealing with. You know, at first this one looked pretty real. Then, as like Harlow said, when she started digging into it, it was clearly a fake. And, you know, pretty clear right there that that's the same picture.
And we as a group, as a team, have talked about, you know, how we want to determine if something is fake or not. And especially with AI being what it is now. And Ryan said he came across some software or an app that you can run a photo through. Is that correct? And it will tell you if it's fake or not? Or
yeah,
AI?
there is some AI programs out there. They're still in development, so they don't really show up very well. I did run this one through one of those, and it came back 96% human and 2% AI, which I don't know where the other percentages are. But I think, though, it's because in order for me to get this to show up properly on my screens, I had to take a screenshot. So it wasn't the original picture. If I had access to the original picture, it may have been able to tell differently. And those things aren't perfect either. The way that this app embeds it into the picture, and then you save it. It's saving it differently too. But this one, very clearly a fake. And I just wanted to make sure that we could all discuss that a little bit because they are out there.
Absolutely.
Surprisingly, a lot of them.
Yes.
Yeah. Can I just talk real fast though about Harlow, your experience of the energy and stuff? And I think another good example of that was earlier in the show when Maryam, you looked at that Gettysburg, and you're just like, there's a lot of stuff going on here. And maybe you didn't mean it this way, but I took it as like energy. And I think that there is something to kind of say that even though we might look at something and say that it's not real, a place like Gettysburg or a place like this location could be still full of energy, and that's going to be kind of the tough part, I think, is like to try to explain to people that, yeah, there is a fake component here, but it doesn't negate the fact that this area has a lot of energy and has a lot of activity.
Yeah. And well, and that's a good point. Like, to clarify, when I said there was a lot of stuff going on, I meant like I was seeing all kind, like physically with my eyes. I was like, how am I seeing so much right now?
Mm-hmm.
What's interesting is if I see it physically with my eyes, I just go to it's not real, because unless there's something internally following that, then I'm just looking at a TV, like, a photo, I'm looking, or a video, like, and so, yeah, to answer that question though, in the beginning with the Gettysburg, that's why I was like, there's way too much movement happening for this to be real. Or am I all of a sudden able to see ghosts this clearly now? And all of a sudden this is my thing. But yeah, so that's why though we want to do this, because truth for me is intuition, right? And also, obviously, science is truth too. And to be able to prove to the best of our ability, whether it's through, like I kind of say in quotes, science with Ryan doing research, or truth through the pendulum, or truth through my intuition or Greg's intuition, or even Ryan's intuition when it works, when it's not broken, is like,
he's not a robot.
When he's not a robot. I mean, both can be true. Both can be truths, right? Truth isn't a truth when our emotions are clouding it, right? Like when Harlow was saying, I wanted it to be real. Is that why I felt it? Well, now there is no intuition. Now your emotions are clouding and you're preconceived. Or like Ryan was telling me, which we bring this up in other shows as we progress, showed me this video about how, I don't know who did it. Obviously it was, Ryan, you tell it better than me. You tell them about the video you sent me.
Yeah, there was, back during COVID, there was this craze going around where there was this kid's toy and it would say some words. It's an electronic toy that says words, and some people heard one word, other people heard another, but it also depended on what words they put on the screen. So if they would put a caption on that said, I don't remember exactly what it was, like Lenny, you would hear Lenny. If they put on another word that said something like pickles, you would hear pickles. It all just depended, and you could kind of lead people into hearing what you want them to hear, which is what Maryam and I were talking about, how I don't like putting captions on things until we have a chance to discuss them and see what everybody likes to think about it first. And then we kind of go and say, this is what I think.
Yeah. And or this is what I feel. And that's why we didn't want to have Skeleton Crew say too much in the beginning, because we wanted people, as Ryan's teaching me, make your own assessment, you decide. And, hopefully some of us will use our intuition solely, like Jen did, and I did, and Stacy did. And then some of us will go purely off of, logic. And I think it's interesting how Greg, you went more off of analyzation with the Skeleton Crew video. And that's where I actually went with the Gettysburg video in the beginning. I was analyzing it first because I was like, this is not, my brain isn't comprehending this. And if my brain is taking over, that means there's no intuition there. That means I'm not feeling anything there. So this can't be what we think it is.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, thanks,
Very
you guys.
interesting. Very interesting.
A lot of good work. So we'll be back next Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on.
We totally missed you. We totally missed what you were saying there. Yeah.
How can they submit information, or if they have any evidence that they want us to review? You want to talk about that?
Oh, well, thank you, Ryan. Thank you for teeing that up for me. We are, listen, if you have stuff to submit, reach out however you want. DM us, any of us on our Facebook or YouTube pages, or you can email, which, listen, I didn't make that's what I wanted to make a banner for, was where to email us, but I didn't make that. So, but yeah, reach out to any of us and submit it. We like using, ideally, we'd love to be able to use, footage from paranormal groups more than anything else, because that would be a lot of fun, just like we did with Skeleton Crew.
Do we want to take a look at the board one more time before we head out?
Always we want to take a look at the board. I think we all know that number 3 was fake. But listen, 50% said, here we go. 50% said myth, 25% said mystery, 25% said unknown. But they may have done the poll and then jumped off. But yeah, so I think it's fair to say that video number 3 was all myth. And then then mystery, and video number 2 ended up a mystery because the group was the tiebreaker.
Right.
The polling was the tiebreaker.
Absolutely.
All right.
Very cool. So once again, folks, we just want to remind everyone, this is now a weekly show. So we're going to be back here next week as well at the same time, 7 p.m. That'd be 7 p.m. Pacific time, as well as 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Before we head out, anybody have anything else to say before we call it a night?
I think everyone already jumped off and went to bed.
Yeah. Well, I'm
that'll
calling
happen
soon.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, guys. See you next week.
Thank you all very much. We'll be back next week with more Myth or Mystery. Take care, everybody.
Bye.